Today we're going to show you how to make the shoe and all the parts for a downpipe into your gutter through the eaves. The minimum you will need to do this job: you need a set square, silicone reds and green snips, tape, riveter and of course rivets, a drill, a rag would be good, and a hacksaw. So I'm going to show you how to make up all the components that allow you to put a new downpipe through the eaves into the gutter to take away extra water. So you start off, we've got the two downpipes, and you'll notice here you have the two ends. It's called a small end, and that's generally marked. You can see it there. And you have a big end. Now, how that works is you have a small end slide into the big end. So that works like this. That's your big end, that's your small end. You'll notice one fits inside the other like so. Okay? So that makes a difference when we're making the downpipes. First thing we're going to do is run a knife down the back, like so, of the one we're going to cut. And that is because this is colour bond, you get it in colour bond, it comes coated in plastic. You can see it there. And we're just going to strip that off. Now if you're getting zinc aluminum, you don't need to do that. And I'm not going to strip it all off. So, there you go. Right. I'm leaving that on to protect the colour there. Okay, now this is the small end. I put an S there so you know. What we're going to do is on that small end, we're going to measure up about 80. Okay, we're going to mark, and we're just going to draw a line straight across. Okay, now this downpipe is a 95 by 45 downpipe. Okay, so what I'm going to do is measure up 40 and make another mark, which is 5 mils less than the downpipe. I'm going to measure up another 30 mils and make another mark. And I'm going to draw across with those two lines there. So that one is 40, that one is 30. I'm then going to mark down the middle of down the sides of the middle mark, like so. So now I'm going to cut that line, and this is waste and waste, which I'm going to cut off. So looking at that from the top, you can see there's about 80 mil there. Okay, this is the bit we're going to cut. What you do is generally whatever the downpipe width is, which is this bit here, if you cut it 5 mils less than that, it'll give you fall, and you'll see how that works later. So this is the line we're going to cut. Okay, that's 40 because the downpipe's 45, and this is 30. So I've allowed 10 mils less than that. Just allow 10 mils less than that is fine. Okay, and then when we flip to the side, so we are going to cut down this line here, and we're going to cut up that line and up that line and then across. So we're going to get rid of all these, and then it will fold so that this side here goes inside this side here, is the easiest way to explain it. Okay, and I'll cut that with a hacksaw today because that is what a home handyman will be using. You can use a cutting blade on an angle grinder as well. there's your cut, there's your cut, there's your cut. Okay, now you've cut that, grab yourself a pair of reds and watch. So this is your 40. Remember, we've marked the sides. The 40 goes down the lowest. So we're going to go down nice and low, and we're just going to cut up that line on the angle. We're going to bend it up, come around. We're going to cut across the front, like so. And we're going to cut down this side. Again, down the line. Now the 30, we marked it up higher. Notice how it's higher. So we're going to cut that higher. We're going to cut across the 30, okay? And we're going to cut across the 30 there. Now you don't have to, but what I like to do is just give it a little bend there. Now watch what happens, okay? I'm going to take where the 30 was and squeeze that, and then I'm just going to fold it, okay? And give it a little hit, get it in. And now I'm going to rivet that side and that side to hold it in place. Okay, so there you have your elbow. And if you have a look, see how this bit actually runs into that bit. Okay, so the water's going to run along here and fall into that, which would actually be facing that way, like so. Now we just need to get a measure of what to cut that to, and I'll show you where you measure that from. Okay, so here is where the downpipe's going to go. So we have to get a measurement of how far from the back of the wall up and to the front of this is. Okay, two ways you can do that. You can do it with the tape, or you can do it with the downpipe. I'll show you how to do both of those. Okay, the first way you can do it is with the tape, and measuring to the front. So 735 is one way to do it. And then what I generally do is just write it on. Or the other way to do it, hold your downpipe there and just mark the front. Make sure you've removed your plastic, and we are going to mark the front like so. Okay, so here's the mark right here. We marked it. We're going to use our set square again. We're going to go and mark that like so. Okay, then we're just going to cut that right off straight. Okay, so now you got your elbow. We're going to get how long we need the shoe. So we know this is 1.8. Just going to mark it there. fence guy's coming through, so he'll come across the camera. Okay. And got a little mark on the wall. I'm just going to peel that and put that there, and I'm going to give it maybe an extra 2 bricks, or about 180. Okay. And I'm going to mark it from the uncut end, so the big end, so I know the length. Okay, and now we're going to go make the shoe. Okay, so here's the downpipe. We marked it to there. Okay, and all of this bit here is going to be waste. We're going to cut that away to leave it at the length we want, and then I will show you how to make the shoe. Okay, so now on this piece we've got, from the end I've cut off, that's the big end. That's the big end. I'm going to measure up 180. That is what I'm doing it at. You can do it at different lengths. You can do it at 200, you can do it at 160, 140, but whatever you like. But I like it at 180. Okay, I'm going to mark across. I'm going to mark there. And I'm going to mark here. Okay. Now, on this, I'm going to come down 15. And that's going to give me this kicking out like that. I'll show you. So we're going to cut this line, and then I'm going to come down 15. And mark it. So that is all waste. We're going to cut that off. Okay, so we'll cut it up there like so, and give it plenty. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so after that cut, watch how I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut up that line, that one right there. I'm going to go up that line. You can cut it across the line at the front. Okay, so that gives you a nice straight cut. And then we're going to cut down that line there. So you can see that's the end that was cut originally. That's your big end. And that's cut away from the big end. The water's going to run down there. We squeeze the sides and just push it up, and I've got to wriggle that little bit in 2 secs. Sometimes it gets a little bend, so just bend it out, squeeze it in, push it up. There you go. And we're going to put a rivet there and a rivet in the other side. So there'll be one there, one there. There you have it. There's your shoe. Okay, so I'm just going to recap. This can be any length you like, depending on how big or how small you want the shoe. I made it 160 because it's going into a garden bed, and it's to kick it away from the wall. This bit here that you've cut out is your 15, and this bit here folds on the outside of this bit here. Okay. Just made the shoe, which goes here. Now have a straight length of downpipe. Small end is here, big end is here, and one slides into the other, like so. Okay. Because you've got a bit of movement on that, it allows you to adjust the height. So you can adjust the height to whatever you need it to be. Okay. Then you have made yourself the elbow. The elbow is going to slide into the top like so, with that being the small end, this one being the big end. And then it is going to go across the hardy flex and come out the hole that we're going to punch in there, which will go down to the downpipe. Fancy guy's just going to walk past you. Okay, and we'll fit that to the gutter. We'll seal it all in, and I'll show you how to do that in another video. But that is the components you need to install the downpipe.